All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So, Live Nation has decided to allow artists, although they're saying they're not strictly enforcing this policy, meaning that it's weird how everybody keeps handing off the buck. Like the government's not going to tell you that you got to do this, but some large corporation somewhere is going to tell you that you have to do it, meaning that the government, the corporations are all kind of colluding and working together. Thus, corporations are no longer sort of capitalist, entrepreneurial, independent entities. They are now working hand in hand with the government. The government is now essentially Live Nation or Walmart or Amazon. And so they're going to require, or they're going to allow artists to require proof of vaccination. So you have to show them paperwork. That sound a little creepy to anybody? Or a QR code. Look, I got my ticket stub. Oh, and look, I got my QR code. First of all, it's none of anyone's business what I've done or what I haven't done to my own body. I used to hear this thing called my body, my choice. It's funny how that's kind of gone away. And look, guess what? I'm not going to be going to concerts. I'm not going to go. I'm probably going to get invited. There are concerts coming up. Either I'm going to get invited or I'm going to want to buy tickets. And if these policies remain in place, I'm not going to go. And a lot of people are going to be like, good, I don't want you there. You're a danger to everybody. Okay. All right. Life comes with a certain amount of risk, and everybody says, well, you need to reduce the risk. You don't want your kids touching the hot stove, right? So you tell them not to do it. You turn the stove off. Do you get rid of the stove completely though? No. And it could still be turned on, and you live with the risk that your kid might burn themselves on the stove, and they might learn a lesson in the process. I know this is a bit off track, but I'm already taking a financial hit from my beliefs and my opinions, which are in the minority apparently, which to me is scary. Although if you look at the rates of how many people are doing this versus how many people aren't doing it, if you take the country as a whole, it's about 50-50. So much like when somebody just talks about politics at a concert and their politics don't match up with 50% of the audience, this little move by Live Nation, I think, will not resonate with 50% of the people. They're already going to say ticket prices are too high, parking is ridiculous, beer is expensive, go down the list. And these old bands, they don't sound like they used to. That's true. And so, you're going to just basically do more social distancing. You're going to say, you know what? I'm going to really social distance. I'm just going to stay home. And again, a lot of people will be really thrilled with my decision. And there'll be others. And they'll all go. And then we'll hear stories about they went and the event became a super spreader event, even though everybody's got their QR code. It's happening in Australia. And I think it's happening in Iceland. And I want to say one other, Israel. It's happening in all these places where everybody's got the QR code. And I mean everybody, like 95% of people. It's a ridiculous amount. These countries have obviously partnered with these large corporations who are in bed with the federal government. And thus the government says, no, we're not doing it. Just like Live Nation saying, no, it's not us. We're giving this over to the artists. They can decide if they want to do this. Now, I'm not saying I'd boycott artists who do this, but I would be less inclined to talk about them on this channel. I would be less inclined to attend one of their shows if things change, which I don't think they're going to change, which is crazy. Think about that. Things moving forward, because this is not going away. It's not, it isn't. Last year I was saying this and people saying, no, we'll get through this. 15 days, remember to flatten the curve. Well, it's been 15 months. We haven't flattened the curve yet. Well, we have. The curve has gone up, it's gone down. And then, it's all on the people who apparently don't want to inject chemicals into their body. It's all on us. We're the problem. We are causing everybody else to be miserable because we don't trust pharmaceutical companies, and we don't trust the federal government. And we don't trust the news media. And by the way, we also don't trust the medical establishment, but Live Nation does. Most of the people who are going to the concert, this is what I hear all the time, is like, oh, I just want my freedom back, so I got to do this. Think of how backward that is. They're making me do something, right? So how do you have your freedom back? And who's to say 6 months from now, they don't tell you, well, that's starting to wear off. So, and I've already heard this, booster shots are coming, boosters. So this is the new normal. I don't want to be a part of it. I can listen to music here at home. Got my studio here, got some decent speakers, got a pretty good collection of music. Plus, I can stream anything I want to at any time. If you simulcast a concert, maybe I will watch it. At least I won't have to worry about parking or other human beings who can be a real pain in the butt sometimes. Look, I'm ready to fully social distance, meaning I don't need this. I don't need it. I'm going to protect myself. And you're thinking, what? It's the opposite. No, actually it isn't. And someday people will realize this, that I'm not crazy. And if you want to support the channel for $1 a month, if you believe in bodily autonomy, if you believe that nobody has a right to tell you what to do with your own body, and I'll even bring in the people who I disagree with from like the 80s or 90s when they were saying my body, my choice, I'll bring them in, see if they're consistent on this. Probably not. I think those are all the people running, telling other people what to do, which is funny because you can't have it both ways. It's either your body, your choice, or it's not your body, your choice. So I hate to make this channel about this one issue, but it keeps popping up every day. I scour the news and Live Nation. So sorry, Live Nation, and sorry all those bands that are now going to enforce edicts that are unconstitutional and that violate every principle of your right to be human, basically, every principle. I don't believe in the military draft either, by the way. I believe I should be able to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. That's, and without life, it's hard to pursue happiness. And when someone else is telling you what you need to do with your own body, again, I check out. I'm punching the card and I'm out. It would be cool if some music news would break, but apparently this is the news, and I'm covering it. And I'm sorry if I've offended a bunch of people. I'd like to talk about mindless things. I really would. It would be so much easier, but we're living in different times. Again, if you want to support this channel, $1 a month, $5 a month, go to Patreon and support the channel. All right. I need your support because I foresee something up ahead, which, I could not, I don't know. I could just stop talking about this, and I might do it. But for now, it's just everywhere. And I almost feel it's kind of like my civic duty and my conscience just is ruling and saying, nope, you gotta talk about this. So here I am. All right, I am done with this video. I will be back. I made another video too, which was much longer yesterday after I posted something on Patreon that kind of went a little nutty and a little sideways in some places. I've removed that post for patrons who are looking for it. The reason I removed it is because I don't want to fight with people. I don't want to create enemies, but I don't know. It's a weird world we are currently living in.